Ni hao, annyeong, hello, I am the Dark Fae and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. We're just gonna go back into the trial, back at square one. KYOKO's really gunning for us.
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and KYOKO.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it?
I still hate it when Hiro says, "For serious."
Hey, why don't we let luck decide?
Shut up. I'm just gonna skip him.
See? Pretty good.
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well,
Okay.
don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before.
Wow, it really
exploded,
seems
right?
like Makoto did it.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
Doesn't look that long, but alright.
So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important. Now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier. Yeah. Then why did you hide that fact?
It's
I didn't
not
hide
that I
it.
hid it.
I just didn't bring it
It's
up.
just
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he...
I can't listen to him talk anymore. Considering everything up to now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Oh. So what argument can I make? Okay.
The knife we found lodged in the dead
The
body.
dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
No,
just
it doesn't.
because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Jesus. Okay. We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. Oh, yeah, so then the knife couldn't have killed her because it had to have been put in afterwards because of the coat. So, okay. The knife was touched the coat into the body after.
The knife we found
So it would
lodged in
be
the dead body.
disguised dead body,
It's
and
the same one we gave to Makoto.
I have to figure out
It really is, isn't it?
which
I was
of
afraid of
these.
that.
If he did have that knife before, that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
It must have been that she was hit in the head with something.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
And then stabbed it with a knife and then covered it in chicken blood.
In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine.
So,
Can't listen to him.
when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
That could actually be a possible explanation, but it's still only one stab wound. Twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see.
I got it!
in the Monokuma file.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did.
Then
God.
the knife,
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
I'm just curious where the bomb came from, because if the bomb is the same one as the one that was found in Monokuma, someone would have had to gone to the gym and gone to the garden and planted it there?
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your
Jesus.
ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you.
Tell
I
me.
bet some unknown.
Oh my god.
Dumb. But even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto.
Oh,
Tell her
Hina,
or we
I
won't
might be
make any
dumb.
headway on this.
There's only one explanation. It would be the... Where is it? This thing? Almond removed. Yeah, there we go.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment
That
of
was
something on the ground
tiny?
near
It
the
was like
body,
the
right?
size of like a soccer ball.
That fragment reveals the cause of the
Maybe
explosion.
not a soccer ball, but like a fist.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
It looked really big though. How did they hide it in the mask?
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute.
Maybe in the mouth. Maybe it's smaller than I
They
think.
wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect.
Uh-oh.
You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It
Surprising.
won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Uh-huh. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I'm assuming it's the blow to the head. I need to concentrate. Oh, okay, another make your argument. I'm guessing it's gonna be like the Monokuma file. Oh, there's only the one bullet. Okay.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
The back of her head? Thought it was just her head. Struck in the head, not the back of the head.
And more
Or just-
than that,
Let me just look at the rest.
the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was a cover-up and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh, which only leaves...
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
We have to do the
Well,
fatal injury,
yeah.
because that's
She
what
was
we're
already
determining.
Totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because
The
of the
knife.
knife, right?
And they give us all the
Then
reasonings.
There's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to that's gotta
So
be
it would be this.
There was evidence that showed
I always
she was
forget
hit
that
on
we
the
can do
back of her
this.
head.
And more than that,
The victim had
'Cause
suffered
countless
countless
wounds wouldn't be it
across her
either.
entire body.
Okay.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be...
Got it.
No, that's wrong. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
I didn't know it was the back of the head, but okay.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
I'm allowing this one because it's a... Although... Like, obvious question is at least
The
valid.
Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old...
Okay,
God.
then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
That's a good point.
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh! I bet it was the pickaxe!
Blunt.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all
That would be
off.
weird.
You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing
mean,
it
you
on
could, like...
you if you want.
I don't know.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I wouldn't mind.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
Wow, she doesn't even need genocide Jill to be homicidal.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Jeez, I want both of them.
Seriously?
You want to
Seriously.
figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Hit in the back of the head with an object like a metal pipe? The only thing I could think of is the arrows, but those aren't blunt, nor are they the metal pipe size. The real murder weapon? This? Wait. I mean, this is the only thing I can think of, but that doesn't...
I got it!
It does?
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
That...
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
I feel like an arrow would not create a head wound similar to that of being hit with a pipe. That makes no sense.
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Unless, like, and if you're saying they took an arrow and, like, hit someone, it's so thin that that would not... I don't think that would kill somebody. It's not heavy
How
enough.
dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right.
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. What? The duct tape? Or the arrows?
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Mm-hmm.
Talking back to Master. You have no right.
If it was just that titanium arrow, it wouldn't be nearly thick enough. But there were 10 of them? Which is why they used...
The titanium arrow.
Let me just check what the titanium arrow truth bullet actually says. There appear to be 10 in total. Hang on. Or... Oh. Oh, maybe the duct tape was used to tape the arrows together? And then turned it into like a pipe. Like a metal pipe. I was assuming when they said arrow that they like fired it at them.
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, because in the Monoku, it said the weapon must have been about. It seems like an
arrow would just be.
There, Jesus.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape.
That seems like really stupid for the killer to leave behind. Like, why wouldn't you, like, get rid of it somehow?
The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together.
Would he be that
Bundling
heavy
them
though?
together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe.
Okay.
And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
Sure.
One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains
What?
the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, KYOKO.
I've never been to the dojo.
That's not true.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
The key.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you?
What is going on?
If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves KYOKO went to the dojo.
Okay, I have evidence. Evidence that KYOKO went to the dojo. It must be connected to that dojo locker. It's the woodblock key.
I got it! The one thing that proves KYOKO was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
Yep,
And how does that prove anything?
it was in your
Because
room.
I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her only.
Kinda, yeah.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just
KYOKO is best girl.
there's one more thing I need to ask her.
Okay.
KYOKO, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
Oh.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she was the one who... She knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that KYOKO... She killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
So did she bring... Like, did she prepare that weapon then? And then, like, bring it with her to my room? And then that's where... She hit her? Irma-Girl?
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
I kind of want to know what happens if we fail. Maybe I'll get like a bad ending and then we'll start over, but I'm kind of curious.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it.
Byakuya?
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Make your argument. When the body was found.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Yeah, I want to know
Master
too.
would never hide something from me.
Yeah, he would.
There's
He hates you.
proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
Hang on. When the body was found? Except the morning announcement, they arrive at the dining hall. They meet the others in the gym and they head to the headmaster's room. Choco's told to find the pickaxe in the garden where she discovers the body.
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room.
Oh, but he has her
But-
key.
Could I really have done that?
Okay, so I have the wrong truth bullet. Which would mean...
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
What? Oh, it's the other way around. It's... The locker key refutes the fact that there is proof,
Those
even
words
though...
you just spoke.
Okay,
Here's
okay,
exactly
okay.
why I'm not the. You
Jesus
should understand.
Christ.
Master
I'm so
would
bad at
never-
this.
There's proof that you. Is that what you're.
You stated you said I hid and
Then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
but
Okay, okay, okay. Wow, the focus gauge really does.
Those words you just.
I hate the ones where
I'm
it's...
not the killer. You should understand that more.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something from.
there's proof that you
There.
aren't the culprit.
There we go. Jeez. I hate the ones where you have to find the bullet and then loop again. They always catch me off guard.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Huh? Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I
Suck
had the
it.
key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself.
So then did Byakuya do that to frame her?
Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Haha.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Uh-oh. No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. That's true, because it doesn't really matter if the woodblock key was there, like, before or after, right? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. The mastermind's trap? The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The mastermind's trap. The victim was Mokuro, and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. Wait, now I want to think of what the lie could be. Because she said that she couldn't have gotten into her room without her key. Oh, because she has Monokuma's key, or like that special ability that he has to open any door. Fuck. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap? You spend all your time trying to avoid danger. You will never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's runaway, please. I trust Kyoko! I trust Kyoko. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill. I mean, I don't believe that she didn't kill someone, but I believe that she has like a better understanding of what is going on, like, and that she will be able to figure out what's going on at the school. Especially because she seems to know like something about the headmaster and already found out this information about like Mukuro and stuff. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned. Because maybe this is just the mastermind's way of trying to get rid of Kyoko because Kyoko's too close.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see.
Maybe we all die though
So
now.
you still refuse to accept it.
Except
I
what?
suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
Byakuya.
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
Yeah.
You! What are you trying to imply?
I would love to accuse
But
Byakuya.
of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Back to me.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
What's gonna happen? So if they all vote me in the wrong, do we all just die on the spot though?
A hidden side?
Sacrifice ourselves so that... I don't know.
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
Uh-oh.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial.
Yeah.
And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Ooh, what's gonna happen? Did I choose wrong?
Time's up!
Oh
Class
boy.
trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
Yeah, and then Monokuma doesn't want us to keep speculating about it.
What? Time's up?
Uh-oh.
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
Yeah.
Because you were late, so we had to push back the start time.
Oh, that's what he meant by punishing us?
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Oh god, what's gonna happen?
Voting time?
Do I have to restart? Maybe I should have saved. Oh, I got an A though, yay. And more coins?
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened?
I
Hey,
have no
hold
idea.
on. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What is happening? Can there be an indecisive vote? It's probably gonna be me, right? Is it... Did it mark it as correct? What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job?
Yep.
They got it right. What? No, I know that's not true. Why is Monokuma saying it's true, though? Is it just so that the killing game can go on? None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey,
It makes perfect sense.
shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Fuck, am I gonna die? Wait, why do I... I've never seen her make that face. Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Fuck. I feel like I chose wrong. Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've punishment time!
Oh no! Fuck. But something has to be up because I'm not actually guilty. Oh shit. Am I dead? Oh god, what's gonna happen? Oh, jeez. Well, this is slow and agonizing. Is he teaching me about the device that's going to kill me as I roll slowly toward it? Seems like. Jeez. Does that mean it's game over? Because, like, who am I gonna play as now? After school lesson. Shit. This is... Why am I turning red? Wait, was that... Is he teaching me about, like, conception? Because was that an egg and some sperm? Oh god. Chihiro? Wait. Chihiro saved me? How? I thought Alter Ego was gone. Maybe because it was... He was like downloaded into the internet or something? Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this. Wait, where did I go then? It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. I guess I never put it together, but like the mastermind is probably speaking through Monokuma, huh? Yeah. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? So what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words,
No, it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Oh, the massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. Wait, this is the beginning. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. Am I starting over? A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. 'Cause he's lucky. Oh. I'm alive? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Yeah, this is just like the start. But this is not Chapter 5 Time Unknown. Finally! I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? Where am I? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. That's what you have to say about surviving an execution, ending up in some underground pit? It's a heck of a situation. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in here till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. No, not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Chihiro, alter ego, saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. How does he know that? So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. Let's see what happened. How to get out? Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? No idea. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me, okay? What about this? That's a rocket and a tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Are these the executions that have happened before? Like things from the executions? Because there was... Well, I don't remember the plane happening. But in like the very intro of the game, there was that guy who was sent up in a rocket, right? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked on it at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Smells usually pretty good? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up. Because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. Okay? That's a good mentality to have. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. Okay. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Fair. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. That sounds nice. I want to just sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Crunch. What the garbage? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over here? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? The piles of trash that are suddenly there? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
KYOKO? A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Oh, KYOKO, you got ramen on you.
Awful.
KYOKO? Oh, how did she survive that fall? It seemed really far. How did she get here? The trash chute? trash room? But there's no chute, right? I thought it was just an incinerator. Anyway.
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. Yay! See, Kyoko was best, girl, even with cup ramen on her head. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Yay! Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Kyoko! But, Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me? I want to know how she came to rescue me.
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no. To atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? Oh, so she does remember. Because previously she'd said that she didn't remember anything about who she was previously. I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak. That's right. At least, I did once. Once? Until recently. Oh, okay. I'd forgotten when it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that, the biolab?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plan. Ultimate detective. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean... Somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. I can just only say that the mastermind is definitely not Hiro. Or Toko. Or Hina is a little bit dumb. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. but why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
That was also a very strange thing that happened. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen? Maybe he got drugged or something too? And is now like...
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah. It's nothing. No, tell her about it. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just... I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. So what do I do now? Oh, I think I have to keep talking to her, right? You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Yay! Mentioned your ability. Ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. See? All along. Totally makes sense. Yeah. I was surprised then that she would have even... that the mastermind would have even let her come to the school. Like, why not just kill her outright or something? I don't know. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy. There was someone I had to find here in the school. Sometimes I wonder if when I do the reactions, if like I'm missing stuff that they are saying. Anyways, to find someone. Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh. Oh. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. I guess that's how she knew that, like, this wasn't the headmaster's doing and such. Kyoko's dad is the Hope's Peak headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. Yeah, I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
I...
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukura's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I could say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. How so? What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important, and really ominous. Okay, can I keep talking to her? I want to know more.
However...
Of course, okay. And no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Kusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. Oh. And I know it wasn't you, either. So that could it have been the mastermind then that killed her? I really think that somebody is still alive, and I really feel like Junko is suspicious because of the way that she was the only person who like died in a way that wasn't absolute or set by the killing game. Because Monokuma's like in on it, right? I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved unless the headmaster somehow killed her? No, doesn't make sense. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That's what Monokuma meant by when he said he wanted to like punish her later, right?
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. Minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope Speak Academy at your discretion. You'd think they wouldn't have made that a rule then. Backfired a bit on them. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves are somehow bound by the school regulations, aka they are a student and are in this game.
Hey.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. When they came to visit me in the room, I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... Here's the scene for like the 20th time in this chapter. During the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. Whoa there. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. 21st time.
Correct.
I don't know, actually. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the cross trial to eliminate me. I thought we already talked about this. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words...
It means that the mastermind is It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of The other ultimate despair. What? The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. Oh. There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But how do we actually know that she was the ultimate despair? But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event, the tragedy, right? You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Oh. Still 6. Shit, okay. I got an item. Use the Dream Island rocket present. Okay. Achievement unlocked 5 alive. Yes, I do want to save. I'm running out of slots. Okay. Well, that's the end of chapter 5 then. So I'm gonna leave this episode here. Oh. But it looks like we chose the correct path then. That this is the path to continue the game. I don't actually know what would happen if I had sold out KYOKO, but I'm assuming that if she died then we would just be stuck here and never get out or something. But okay. I was right about KYOKO being the ultimate detective, yep. So now it looks like, I'm guessing this is the last chapter because it seems like things are wrapping up and we're getting pretty close to figuring out who the mastermind is. So the mastermind's not Mukuro, then like what I've said before, I can really only think of somehow it being Junko because she is the only person who had that, like, a suspicious death. Like everyone else is like guaranteed dead, but like I don't know, maybe Monokuma somehow was able to fake it. I don't know, it's strange. Then like where have they been this whole time, or like how, or like why are they also included in the game? But anyways, I guess we'll see what happens in chapter 6. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I can't wait to see the ending of this game. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for notifications for when I put out new videos. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!